The question to have CEO ethical standards regulated like a physician or a lawyer really makes no sense. It doesn't seem reasonable that we can compare this guy to this guy to this guy. And because the attorney gets to set up the structure and parameters at which both the doctor and the CEO get to operate legally, I'm going to exclude him from this conversation. I have the opportunity to serve medical professionals for the last 20 years. In addressing the question from Davos, the only difference between the CEO and the doctor are the ability for stakeholders and shareholders to get a return on their investment. On the physician side, over the past 4 decades, doctors operated very independently or with other small groups. Fast forward 4 decades and we find that corporations now hire and employ physicians as production centers, similar to machines in a manufacturing process that build products for sale. In fact, many doctors, especially as an employee, have metrics that help them determine the amount of compensation that they can generate. How about this one? Gross exam revenue per patient. Many physicians form corporations and are the actual owners of the clinics and the hospitals that are providing service to patients, and they hire other clinicians. In August 2016, Becker's Hospital Review reported comparison results of hospitals that physicians owned and ones that weren't owned by physicians. Guess what? They found that hospitals that were owned by physician corporations generated 125% more revenue per patient per day than hospitals that were not. This significant change over these years has gotten a lot of attention and a lot of questions regarding how much waste is in our healthcare system. In fact, Harvard Business Review reports more than 35% of the overall healthcare costs in our system are going to what they call total waste, which equates to over $1 trillion. But a closer look suggests that this waste might not be what it seems. In fact, 14% of the waste is from scheduling unnecessary procedures that corporations of the physicians happen to own and are compensated. And oh yes, also get the tax benefits, the capital asset purchase, along with the depreciation. 9% of that $1 trillion is administrative expenses above and beyond the scope of what it takes to normally schedule a patient and manage the patient's needs. I know the last time I went to the doctor, it wasn't my administrator that handled the activities that I did, and I had to come back a couple times. I was reviewing the structure of dental practice the other day. Your dentist even has conflicting objectives. For instance, if your dentist diagnoses a cavity too early in the pathophysiology of the disease state and actually prevents that cavity from becoming more sinister like a root canal, it just cost his office 7 to 8 times the revenue that root canal could have generated.